Even in the media industry, there are certain people who try to sensationalize. There are people who are very balanced. We explained them the controversy which is arising, and what they are writing is totally wrong. It is devoid of any facts. For example, the story writes that there were 3 bullet injuries from the back to Mohan Chand Sharma. And they were having a copy of, saying a list copy of the post-mortem report of Mohan Chand Sharma. But the post-mortem report says two bullet injuries, not 3, and both from the front, not from the back. Mm-hmm. So the facts were very clear. If anybody sees the post-mortem report, he will be convinced that the controversies raised are not based on any facts.
What made you write Batla House book?
See, 2 things. The one is, I want to explain in the book the excellent work done by Mohan Chand Sharma, who lost his life during the operation. And secondly, I want to bring before the people that while handling the terrorism, how much you have to face sometimes.
Do you think that the communication between the authorities and the media is the most essential thing in any sensitive case, so that there is no space of rumor?
I agree with you, because see, there is a requirement for media also to write something. But the officers have also compulsions not to reveal everything. So somewhere they have to adjust themselves so that the requirement of media is satisfied, but simultaneously the requirement of investigation is also satisfied. So this coordination and this balance is a difficult area, and I feel there is a requirement of training both to the officers working in government and also to the media personnel. So both should know what are the boundary lines which they should not cross. See, the competition has increased. See, when we joined the service, mostly it was a print media and television. This Delhi Doordarshan was there. Slowly the number of channels increased and the competition has increased. As far as the police is concerned, there have been now the courses in the National Police Academy that how to interact with the media. But even for the media also, there should be some code of conduct and it should be self-regulating.
In the book, you have also spoken about the fact that there were orders from the top, from the government, that you are not supposed to talk to the media. But despite of that, you went otherwise because you felt the communication is important. Now, how should a person sitting at the top of a particular organization deal with such situation?
For example, instructions were not to have press conference.
Correct.
But there was no instruction not to meet individually to the people. So you are not violating the instructions, but you are able to communicate. If without communication, what happens is they will get information from different people, which may be rumors, and somebody will say, I have spoken to so and so, it is authentic. People may take it authentic and the wrong information may be flowing. See, media is a very powerful tool to create impression in the minds of the people. And that impression in the mind of people, that perception in the mind of people is a reality in their mind. And whatever is the investigation outcome, it is immaterial thereafter. And therefore it is very, very important. The media which is creating perception, that perception should be right. I have been interacting with the journalists and I had been very forthright with them. And they had been cooperating in the sense that what is felt is right. Only that should be put in the media. That trust between the officers and media is also required.